on slope. The homework that goes along with this is page 4 and 5 in your homework packet. Now, before we start the lesson, I want to talk about slope. You're going to need to write all of this down on a separate piece of paper and right across the top of it, do not throw out. We are going to add some things to this paper throughout the entire unit, and this is the first entry. Today we're talking about slope. Slope is always denoted with the lowercase m. Some words that describe slope are rise, over, run. Rise is the up and down or y value. Run is the left and right or x value. Another way to write this is change in y, and we talked about this yesterday, over change in x. That's our rate of change. Change in y over change in x. Delta y over delta x. That's the Greek white letter delta. It's a triangle. That one doesn't look so good. But delta y over delta x. Now, the formula for slope is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. These are all things that you need to know about slope, and we're going to talk about those in this lesson. But all same idea, just different ways to look at it. So, if I am looking for the slope from a diagram, we are always going to use rise over run. So, what's the rise here? The slope is rise is 10, the run is 48. So our slope will be 10 over 48, which is 5/4. Look at this example. A hiking trail rises 6 feet for every horizontal change of 100 feet. So what's the slope? Rise is 6 over run 100, which reduces to 3/50. Always leave your slope written as a fraction, even if it's an improper fraction. Now, the next thing we want to talk about, slopes of lines. Let me tell you right now, if a line is going up, and when I'm talking up, I'm reading left to right, just like you're reading a book. Up has a positive slope. A line that is going down from left to right has a negative slope. So when you look at this line right away, you're going to know that that line has a positive slope because it's going up. And we're using the concept that slope is rise over run. So you find 2 points on the line. 1, 2. What's the rise from this point to this point? I go up 2. That's positive 2. My run is 1 to the right, positive 1. Again, up is positive, down would be negative. Right would be positive, left would be negative on the run. All right, let's find the slope of this line. Again, from a table, we're going to do just like we did yesterday. We are going to find the change in y over the change in x. So our change in y here, we're subtracting 3, subtracting 3, subtracting 3. My change in x, I'm adding 2, adding 2, adding 2. We can already see that it's going to be constant. So our slope is going to be change in y over change in x is negative 3/2. Leave it written as an improper fraction. Do not change that to a mixed number. So our slope is negative 3/2. We know that this line is going to be going down to the right. Now, if we have, can you wait a second because I'm in the middle of taping a lesson. Sorry. The slope, if you are given 2 points, we're using the slope formula. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Our 2 points, x sub 1 and y sub 1 is an ordered pair. It's the first ordered pair. X sub 2, y sub 2 is the second ordered pair. So, if we are given 2 points, right here, let's do this example. I highly recommend writing above this x sub 1 and y sub 1. This is x sub 2, y sub 2. So, our slope formula, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. It'll be 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 over 5 minus 2. Gives you what? 1/3. So my slope is 1/3. Let's try one with some negatives. 1 is x sub 2 and y sub 2. Let's write the slope formula. Slope is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Now, this slope formula is on your formula sheet, and you do not need to memorize this. So let's substitute. Y sub 2 is negative 2 minus y sub 1 is negative 4. Look how I wrote that. Negative 2 minus negative 4 over x sub 2 is negative 3 minus x sub 1 is negative 7. Clean this up, add the opposite. My numerator will give me 2. In my denominator, add the opposite. That'll be 4. That reduces to 1/2. So my slope is 1/2.